Alright, let's have a look what random student in Connaught Hall is up to this late hour.
221.
Sure.
Hey Nabil, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
How you
Oh
doing?
shit, no, not bad. What about you?
Could be better, man. Could be better. Been reading this chapter for the 5th time now, and I still don't get it.
Oh man, that's...
And it's just too late, man. I only have to understand all of this by tomorrow. I don't know what to do.
It's alright, it's alright. Hey, just take it easy, man. Just take it easy. You'll be fine, you'll be fine.
Nabil, I really need some help to get this done. I don't know how to study, man.
Alright. First thing is just relax, okay? You're gonna make it, everything's gonna be alright.
I feel so stressed inside.
I know. I feel the same.
Man, how do you do it? Tell me, really.
Well,
How do you do it?
there are a few things that I could tell you.
So tell me, why do we celebrate birthdays?
Well, yeah, at my last birthday, I such as rode an elephant, and it was great. And I think every child in America and also not America, like Thailand, the earthquake, should be able to ride an elephant because of culture, diversity, and it helps, to bring about, it's like my brother, everybody's a family, and yeah.
Thank you. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
These two skits depict bad study space and an interview at a university, which were scenarios that were familiar to all of us. We're all university students now, and either are or will be familiar to you in the next year or 2 years as you work through the IB. We know that we didn't always have an easy time during IB and always lacked a sort of guides that you look to regarding anything from study skills, to test-taking skills, to the right sort of mentality of how to approach the IB in general, and also how to, for example, deal with your friendships, not neglect your family. Little things. Always we felt that we could have perhaps been guided a bit more by our school or some other group. So this is really where our idea for an ebook comes from. This is an ebook for all IB students all around the world, and it's really intended to help you guys from everything from specifics, interview skills, to test-taking skills, as I've already mentioned, but also more sort of a basic mindset about how to be successful in this particular program. In my part of the book, I discuss something called the here and now attitude, which is all about not letting future or past events interfere with your current state of mind. I know it sounds a little bit out there, but honestly, it's worked for all of us, and we really feel that you guys can benefit from it a lot. And Nabil and Martin are also working on their respective parts of the book. And Nabil, what exactly is your part of the book about?
Okay, I'm sure you'd all agree that the ability to remember what you're studying is absolutely crucial. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't know how to make best use of their memory. And luckily, there are a lot of techniques and tools that you can work on that will help you tremendously. That will help you in almost any subject. Learning vocabulary is one example. Learning things with drama, learning text is another example. And we'll show you some specific, very, very specific tricks that will help you.
Another area is test-taking skills. In fact, IB is all about tests. The end of it is
If you like it or not.
80% is just how well you perform on that day, and there are a lot of things that can help you with that. This ranges from how do I set up my essays, how can I think clearly when I write my essays on the day. When you take many science or mathematical papers, you'll have multiple choice. It's at least 50% of the paper, and there are a lot of specific tips and tricks to really to really make the best selection in those types of questions. And the IB also tends to be repetitive in certain phrasings of the questions. There's little nuances that if you catch them and if somebody points them out to you, that it can make a big difference in how you end up performing.
Hi, my name is Aziz, and I'm going to be writing the section on life skills. Now don't worry, this is nothing deep. I'm not going to be talking about the meaning of life or anything. What I'm going to be trying to do is present a handful of very practical guidelines that a student can implement into their daily lives while preparing for the IB. As you will know, those months leading to the exams are very stressful times, and students experience pressure from all sides. You have the teachers on one side, you have the family on the other side, and what happens is the friends get so pressured that each will pressure the other. So really it's full of pressure. So what tends to happen is, because of that whole hype around the IB, that is the only thing in the mind of these students. So it becomes the focal point in their life. Now the danger with that is that the other areas in their life don't just switch off. Every student still has a family life and a social life that they need to care for. And what I've seen happen several times is that students stop caring for these other areas in their life. And if you stop caring for your family or your friends, you will have problems. And ultimately, what unfortunately happens is that the problems that a person or student has in a family or with their friends turns out to hurt them in their preparation for the IB. So although this is oftentimes neglected, implementing a right set of life skills is really important in order to do well for the IB. So basically, in a nutshell, this section of the book will offer students a toolkit with which practical guidelines that I have compiled from lots of people, from people who have taken the IB, from teachers who have seen other students go through this process many times, and also some advice from myself as I too did go through this process. So that's the section on life skills. I really hope all of you are going to go out and have a look at this book when it's done, because I think that it's not only going to have some very good advice coming from students for students, but I think that the way students will pick it up is going to be a lot different than when this teacher would tell them the same thing. I think coming from a student, the student will take it in a much more effective way. Thank you very much.
Guys, I hope we've managed to spark your interest in our book, and what we really would like from you guys, if you're at all interested, is some specific feedback, some specific areas that you would like to see addressed in such a book. In the credits you'll have our emails and our Facebook addresses. Feel free to drop any of us a mail or a text or whatever, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can, and we'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks a lot.